Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful upper bracket matchup here between two titans in this winner bracket. The finals, finally, and we've got Chef and the ASecretBox here have made their way all the way through from a round of 64 into the finals winner bracket, our two final remaining players in this upper bracket. And it's going to be one hell of a matchup, I think, and I'm hoping for a tiebreak today. What do you think, Gordy?
Yeah, I would love a tiebreak between these two players. I believe this is truly a historic match because I think ANZT has been a tournament where you've seen a lot of the same faces make it to the finals, make it to the grand finals. Your dummies, you know, ASecretBox, they had a shake-up. Last ANZT with PsyQ making it, but this time we have Chef in the finals, making a statement, having improved drastically since his last ANZT that he's played. So I'd love to see a close match between these two players.
Yeah, no, I think this one's going to be an absolute banger. But as we can see here, we are already into the first pick. This is not the warm-up. A little bit choked for time here, but that's okay. So we are through our picks and bans and such already. Hopefully we'll get you guys updated on that shortly. We are into the first pick. This is No Mod 5, and I couldn't tell you who's picked this.
This is Chef's picks, I believe.
Okay, alright, Chef, cool. Well, yeah, so early on into this pick anyway, players not having the best of starts. I would say the first 2/3 of this map is relatively free combo, and they've both missed in this free combo section, which can happen. I did it yesterday, so it is doable.
And a break from Chef there on, as you said, that was a relatively calm section. Might make the difference if Box holds. I think we're ramping up into the double taps.
Yeah, this diff spike, this is where the map really becomes a true challenge towards this latter half of the map. And as you can see, these doubles, they are so tightly stacked. You pretty much have to double tap these if you want to consistently get through these patterns. As you can see, Box handling it extremely well right now. Hundreds dropping on every one of those doubles, but that's to be expected. Chef unfortunately dropping again now, and this lead from Box is going to pull him about 25k into an advantage now, and he's still holding combo through this diff spike.
And unless we see a miss from Box right away and a chain miss at that, I think he's going to take this breakpoint. There's the miss, but already a 60k score lead, and there's just not much time and not much combo for Chef to take this back. Which is unfortunate for a first pick.
Yeah, this one's looking wrapped up, sealed. Signed, sealed, and delivered already from Box, I think. There is a little bit of the ending here, which is pretty easy to combo, but Chef doesn't really have much of a lead to bring back 50 to 60k. So it's looking like a very successful start to the match for Box. I just realized our... Oh, no, Box is on the left, okay. I'm just confused because of this. I think they're in the wrong slots.
Yeah, the name,
Yeah.
Box is on the left, but the name is...
Yeah, the name is wrong up top. I freaked out for a sec because I thought
imagine.
we were like coming the wrong player the whole time. Yeah, I mean, both players not really with. I mean, like 370k is like, it's pretty decent on a map like that, but considering it's so much free combo at the start there, like Chef easily could have taken that point. But yeah, I mean, Box getting a little lucky, I guess, on that one.
Yeah, I think potentially a bit of an underperformance from Chef.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially missing at some of the free combo. Ended up being enough to make the difference. But it's early into the match. It is a best of 13. So first to 7. Lots of time to make up for that breakpoint. Especially when both of these players are pretty solid on, I would say, most picks.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier, that this pool is like, I think both of these players would do well on like all of these maps. I think I only see the real, like the main gap here being potentially DT2. I think Box is quite heavily favored on. Everything else is like it really could go either way in my eyes. Maybe a hidden 2 could be favored towards Box, but yeah, other than that, like I'm kind of like looking for a needle in the haystack here. It's a bit. It's very. These are like the very small advantages that kind of just worth mentioning, because otherwise we don't really have much to talk about.
There's no maps where it's like, oh yeah, guaranteed easy. It's just doesn't really exist when both of these players are so strong. And already we have DT3 coming out from Box. This is the stamina, also kind of flow aimy DT map, and this is already a pick. I could imagine a breakpoint happening. Just really who plays this, who's feeling good on the skill set at the moment.
Yeah, both of these players have so much stamina. Like, they just have so much stamina.
Chef, I think he's hitting a little bit late. Maybe he just has a bit of a back issue, but he should recover. Yeah, as you said, both of these players have proven to have very strong stamina. I mean, both of these players got like 500k on the No Mod 5, the No Mod 6 last week, the speed map, which is extremely stamina intensive, so they can definitely play this kind of skill set very well.
Yeah, that map, I mean, I would argue is more stamina intensive as a whole, but this one is more death streamy, so I guess you've kind of got that two sides of the card there where...
And I would also say this map is way harder to aim as well. Lots of weird flamey sections. And you can already see Box is looking so solid, holding the FC at 98%. And Chef finding not just a miss, but also, I mean, surprisingly low accuracy from what we've seen him able to do at this kind of level.
This one's looking over, like more than over, Chef.
This is...
actually starting to double tap. I guess he doesn't have the stamina for this. I'm not too sure. I
don't know if he's
absolutely think he would, though.
I think he's definitely not finding the tapping to be super comfortable on this right now.
It could be a thing with Chef where like the BPM is maybe I don't know. It's pretty low BPM, right? It's
like 200 something. It's like 207. Things are there.
For sure. I mean, he's getting through these ending streams here, but yeah, just some stamina struggles it seems from Chef, and Box is just going to eat this up. Box is not going to run out of stamina on a pick like this, and he's going to FC that whole pattern.
And that the flame there was also pretty intense. Chef essentially giving up as this map is 100% over. Box looking to close this out, opening his first pick with an FC. Very strong start from Box.
Yeah, and I mean that score was not getting beaten in any world or any dimension there. Definitely the top score of the week on that one, probably by a landslide. And yeah, I mean, back over to Chef now. Very important that he gets a point on the board, does not let Box consolidate his lead. But I really quickly wanted to go over these amplifiers, because we did get a host from Chef's stream to go over really quickly just between these picks here. These amplifiers, so they're basically just amplifiers that you can activate or have as a passive during the match that change the way these matches kind of pan out, or they give you like little buffs in a sense. So Chef has Greatest Defense, which allows him to protect 2 maps, and he only gets 1 ban instead. And he also has Missing Piece, which allows him to pick a map. So he can pick like DT2, for example, or let's say he picked DT2, and then he can use a DT2 from any of the previous week's pools in its place. And yeah, I'll let you go over Box's amplifiers, Woody.
Yeah, Box has Cold Clear Eyes, which allows him to force Hidden on a map, so force both players to play Hidden. And also, I believe, get a small score bonus. And he also has Trickster, which, let me quickly read up on Trickster again. Oh yeah, you get to inform the referee after bans have been made 2 maps that let's say Trickster is Hidden 3, he gets to play Hidden 3 no mod, but the opponent has to play it Hidden, and vice versa. If he Tricksters a no mod, the opponent has to play it Hidden and he gets to play it no mod. So you get to essentially up the difficulty on the no mods for your opponent and lower the difficulty for yourself on the Hiddens, and you can pick it, but your opponent can also pick it and not expect it to be trickstered.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like we might be getting into a Hard Rock 3 that hopefully will show up on stream. I do really hope. I know there was an issue with this last night because the link to download this map is like an external link.
Yeah, so I think you have to get it from the map pack. It's an easy way to get it.
Yeah. You might have to very quickly grab. We should have mentioned this beforehand. You can grab, this map is quite long if you want to grab the map real quick. It's on the sheet. Oh wait, you might not be able to.
Try to get Scotty link.
Yeah. Anyway, as you grab the link for... Actually, I got it. Okay, link is there. Okay, as we hopefully wait for this map to get sorted, I really hope this one will pop up. This is quite a long map, so... yeah, I wanted to mention before this match that Trickster was one thing I was going to mention, but we're a bit choked on time, was I don't think it's that beneficial in this pool. Maybe more beneficial for Box to use on some of the hidden maps, but he's already a very formidable hidden player, so I don't know how necessary that is. But
Yeah,
a lot of these no-mods I don't think are that much harder with hidden.
Yeah, definitely the no mods would probably be the best use case, but as you said, Box is already so strong on hidden. I don't think it is a huge buff for him to have to play a hidden map no mod, other than maybe like the AR8 is definitely possible.
Yeah.
But halfway into this Hard Rock 3, I'm not sure if it's shown up on stream yet, but Box is currently holding a almost 200 combo advantage. Accuracies are very similar across the board, but half of the map has left to go. So definitely potential if Box breaks.
We are about halfway through. Hopefully we'll catch the latter half of this. I'm hoping and praying.
Hopefully. Both players have broken, a third of the map left, and Chef has roughly 70k score gap that he needs to close. I'm just not sure if there's enough time. Could see it happening if Box chain misses on one of these streams.
Okay, well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting the stream onto this map in time, but it's already looking well and truly over.
Yeah, with those breaks from Chef and Box holding this combo at the end, this is going to be the second break point taken away from Chef.
And that is not a good start for Chef at all. You do not want to be going down here. 3-0. This is a consolidated breakpoint for Box, and now Box has a second pick in tow as well, and he's got a couple really good picks, I think, where he's got a good chance of taking them.
Yeah, especially after that DT3, maybe Chef is just not feeling tapping today. And it is definitely one of those skill sets you can have bad tapping days. And there it is, Box picks No Mod 6, the speed map. Normally this is the No Mod 5 slot, but No Mod 6 for this tourney. This is definitely has a decent amount of aim in it for a speed map. Quite a few jumps in between the bursts and the streams. 232 BPM.
This one also has a lot of buzz sliders that could very easily catch you off guard if you're not prepared for them, especially if you're not ulting them. So curious to see how those players handle those buzz sliders if they're prepared for them. But yeah, a little bit aimy and pretty stamina intensive, decently speed intensive to an extent. So it's kind of a bit of a jack of all trades speed map. Your classic No Mod 5, but yeah, as you said, you're going to be seeing it in your No Mod 6 slot here for this tourney. And yeah, this is a chance for Box to go up 4-0, which is, I mean, already ridiculous lead, but the Chef could absolutely breakpoint this. I mean, unless he's just not having a great tapping day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, thinking about his performance from last week, he could definitely breakpoint this, but if he's not really feeling the tapping today like we saw on the DT3, maybe not. But at the same time, on the DT3 did seem to recover at the end, so maybe he just had some nerves going into that pick. But as you said, other than just having burst and aim, the buzz sliders can definitely catch you off guard. Be unfortunate to break on any of them, but it is definitely possible.
Alright, I hope we are good. Yeah. Oh, I was worried. I was worried.
I'm sure there'd be another pick that was eviscerated.
We can't go 2 maps in a row without stream seeing it. Okay, here we go. So, getting into this No Mod 6 here. Box's pick, very big chance here to consolidate his lead even further for a 4-0, but Hope Chef just had maybe a bad run on the DT3. I mean, in the early stage of this, of this map here, he's he's looking all right on these longer tapping patterns. I have to hope that some of that juice doesn't start to run out, because I know Box isn't running out of stamina anytime soon.
Yeah, 100%. Both players are looking pretty good, holding 99s. Accuracies are identical right now. But this map is just ruthless. I think it has a couple of breaks towards the end to give your stamina a little bit of a reprieve, but yeah, Chef looking way better compared to the DT3.
Yeah, and we'll be moving into kind of the main diff spike section of the map where the song starts to go hard.
We're already halfway through. Do not miss here.
Both players looking good with their FC so far. Box with a very slight ACK lead. That's going to keep Chef at bay. It's about 10k in it. And only about a third of the map remaining now as we do get into more of the stamina-intensive section here. As these longer streams starts to come through.
There's just no way this would come down to an ACK battle.
I hope not.
Finals level. There's just no way. Because right now, Box is winning that ACK battle.
Oh man. That's a double FC heading into the ending. Yeah, look at this ACK from Chef is... I mean, it's not bad, but what is this from Box?
This is a very solid score from Chef. But Box is just playing this at another level right now.
And there's just no room for Chef to get into this map. It's just Box, just... Oh, wait.
Oh?
No, okay, he SS the whole thing. I was about to say this is trollable for Box, so 100 that whole thing, but he just SS's the whole 1/3 section. And just wins with a 980 KFC and Chef FCs.
99.51%. I mean, you would be very happy to FC this map in Eternity, but losing by a 3% ACK lead at a finals level map pool speed map is pretty unfortunate. But Chef picks Hidden 1, the Hidden A map, I believe 220 BPM. And I think this is a fair pick. You've picked, so far you've lost on a Hard Rock and a DT and a No Mod. Maybe just try out the Hidden, see if that ends up being the mod that helps you take back this 4-0 deficit.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it is, because Box is an insanely good hidden player. However, I think pivoting into aim is a good option. I mean, you've lost on tapping. You lost pretty horribly on tapping on one of the maps, and then, I mean, you FC'd the next one, but Box is just looking way too good on tapping today, so let's try some raw aim, see how it works out for Chef.
Yeah.
Hope, for the sake of a close match, he can get a point on the board here.
And Box misses on the first difficult aim section. Chef is holding. Missing again, maybe this was the strat. Take the aim.
Yeah, the aim might have been the answer, because Box not looking too comfortable in that first section there. Getting quite a couple misses in there. Chef holding this FC now. Still chance for the comeback for Box with how this map is kind of... how this map kind of plays out. We got another big jump section coming up where Chef could find a miss and Box could start to make a recovery combo.
Yeah, this map has a few trollable sections. There's also like a random stream that can catch you off. There's a few buzz sliders that could catch you off. Like, look at that, and Box actually missing there.
Ooh.
I mean, that gives Chef such a huge combo advantage. Hitting the big horizontal, missing on that left side of the screen.
Almost getting through that big. Definitely probably the hardest jump of the map.
Yeah.
Not the hardest section, but the hardest jump. The hardest section will be very apparent at the very end of this map. But Chef has already accumulated about 130k.
And with that miss from Box, I mean, I just don't see a way other than Chef missing every single note in the upcoming stream, which I just do not expect to happen. I think this is definitely going to be a point sealed.
The most evil thing about this stream is the fact that you will forget about it when you play this map. Just the whole map is it's just these jumps, and the whole map just kind of flows the same. And
out of
you get to the very end, and you just get jump scared. No one's ready for it, like, at all. And here we go. She's just out of nowhere.
And both players breaking on it, but the combo advantage from Chef will let him take his first point, which he desperately needs.
Yeah, not a bad score from him either. 520k, pretty solid. We'll get him on the board. So probably a bit of an underperformance from Box on a pick like that, but maybe, just maybe, Chef has found the answer, and that is going to be aim, as he pretty convincingly takes that hidden one, and I reckon Chef could do even better on some of these other aim maps.
Yeah, 100%, like Hard Rock 1. Maybe Nomad 1. Looking pretty good, and Box picks the Nomad 2. A bit of an unconventional Nomad 2. A lot of Nomad 2s at this point in tournaments are pretty stamina intensive, but this is very much so just flow aim and nothing but flow aim.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a raw aim Nomad 2. There's not much else about it. I mean, the stamina is a very low requirement for stamina on this.
Yeah,
only time you're going to be pushed is... Yeah, the only time you're going to be pushed is maybe at the very end of the map. There's like a long stream, but I mean, everyone in this tournament can stream that BPM at this level. So it should be no problem for either of these players, which is, you know, I understand why Box is going into this. He's been winning those tapping maps, but is this really a tapping map? I don't know. I think this is just going to come down to aim. Actually... Oh, it's Trixted.
But it is
Oh, it's Trixted. Oh, okay. You know, when I said that I didn't think Trixted was that great on these Nomads, I actually completely forgot about Nomad 2. I actually think this is a very intelligent use of Trixted here from Box. Chef is going to have to play this with Hidden, which is going to be so brutal on these streams in the latter half of the map.
Yeah, the difficulty of the flow aim with the Hidden just gets so much more difficult. I can definitely imagine Chef making it, you know, like halfway through the map, but as the flow aim gets harder, this Hidden is going to kind of be a pain.
Yeah.
You know, Box just gets to play this with a comfy Nomad. This is the power of Trickster. And there it is, Chef already breaking at what is still essentially the easy part of the map.
Yeah, he really needed to hold on to a combo up until the space streams, because, I mean, yeah, you need as much combo as you can get when you're playing this with Hidden, because there it is, and there would have been Chef's opportunity as Box finds a break. It would have been what Chef needed to make, you know, to get a good score on the board with a big combo, but...
The potential is still there. I mean, Box had 3 misses in that section. Chef, if he can hold, but the map is going to start getting a lot more challenging. However, if he can just hold to the ending, there is potential.
If he can hold to the ending through these strings with Hidden, I mean, I would applaud him if he could do it, because these patterns are not easy with Hidden in any stretch of the imagination, but he is managing to get through it so far. Box building a recovery combo. The accuracy is in Chef's advantage. There's the chain miss, and that's exactly what we expected with Hidden. Box now, he needs to find a break very soon if Chef wants to take this break point, but it's more chain misses, and that's not what he wants. That's a 50k lead already.
It tanks the score so much when score v2 when you chain miss. And Box has held on after those misses, getting into the end section now, and honestly, I just can't imagine a world where you can FC this ending with Hidden.
Not only that, but a world where you FC this ending with Hidden and Box completely trolls it with Nomad and loses a 100k score, which, you know, you're losing a 100k score on this map is absolutely a possibility. It is the type of map for that to happen on, but I don't think ASecretBox is going to be the one to do it for us. He comes through into this ending with a 900 combo, looking to be over a 600k score.
They're recovering from those early misses really well and looking super good on the ending here, but I think that's one part of this tournament that makes it interesting. Part of the amplifiers, or the interesting thing about the amplifiers, some of them are definitely maybe a bit stronger than others. Chef's passive this week was the greatest defense, losing a ban, getting 2 protects. And honestly, I consider Trickster to be just a more powerful amplifier.
Absolutely.
Definitely making picks like that go from toss-ups to just kind of one-sided. But Chef picks hidden 3.
Yes, it's hidden 3.
Yep.
I also, what I wanted to say about, I don't think greatest defense is really benefiting Chef much in this matchup. Because, like, what do you really protect into a player like Box? I don't know if there's much you can protect that is going to be, you know, surefire wins. So, yeah, this Trickster, I mean, just doing so much for Chef there. Like, how do you win that? You can't win that no more 2. And that's with Trickster, like you said, it's like some of these amps are so strong, especially when they're not, like, map dependent. Like, some of them, like, on certain pools are going to be extremely powerful, and on other pools, not as powerful. As you can see evidently there, that No Mod 2 is just ridiculous with it. Yeah, we will be getting into this hidden 3. It is going to be Chef's pick.
So winning the hidden 1, going for the hidden 3, I would have expected him to stay on the aim angle, but he stays on the hidden angle.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if that proves to be the correct decision. But at the very least, he is warmed up on hidden flow aim going to this map.
Yeah, no, that is very true. We do get into our first tech section here, though. Both players looking quite good, and I can't imagine we will see a slip up in this section. This first section is relatively easy if you are comfortable with hidden and you are comfortable with tech. With both these players definitely are.
Ooh, but that break from Chef.
Wait. That was,
actually, no, that's Bancho.
That was Bancho. That was Bancho. Yeah. So both players holding onto this FC, and it is imperative that Chef holds on with this act deficit as well, especially when there is quite a bit of free combo coming up after this tech section. These players getting through the very ending of this part, but Chef, he finds a break,
misses as well. However, his act advantage will let him hold the score advantage. And at this point, oh, there's the break.
Oh, wow.
If Chef wants to take this, he has to basically FC the rest and hope Box misses, which is definitely possible.
Chef has an angel sitting on his shoulder, gifted an opportunity back into this one. Box getting that trade immediately after, which has made this map actually, you know, even in contention. I think this would have been close to over. Box had held the combo there.
Oh yeah, if either player had held, this would have been done.
We move into the main section of this map. This section goes absolutely off. Getting into these doubles into singles, but they played as triples. As you can see, catching both players
breaks.
off. Yeah, so easy to misread, to miss aim in this section.
But as we said earlier, I mean, both players are good at the skill set. Chef proving to have some pretty solid hidden tech scores, but Box is he's just a hidden tech player. This is just what you would expect him to play at an OWC caliber level. And there's the break, but there's the break on the Chef once again. And
yeah, there was opportunity there for Chef to bring that one back, but missing right before this last section. So
the difference maker at the end here is just accuracy, just the comfort, being able to follow the rhythm on these patterns. Box missing. Wait.
Yeah, I will say this ending is very trollable. When I played this map every time, this ending, for some reason, it doesn't feel like the hardest part, but it is it's just the most trollable part by a mile. As you can see, both players unable to hold a combo for the absolute life of them into this ending, but Box has already consolidated enough of a lead here. He will take another break point, which is so brutal for Chef, man. I wouldn't even say like either of these scores are that fantastic. Like this easily could have been beaten by Chef because, I mean, you kind of expect, if you're picking this map, you expect to FC up to that like main tech section about 2/3 through. So yeah, it's just a very unfortunate outcome, I think, there for Chef.
Yeah, and Box picking no mod 3, we're at breakpoint 1-6.
I assume this is going to be Trickstered.
Yeah, I'm expecting this map would be, this is already a brutal ult map. but with Hidden.
Hidden is definitely going to add another layer of difficulty to a map like this, but I don't think the difficulty increase is going to be near as comparable to that No Mod 2. But I do, however, think this will add another layer of difficulty.
I think Chef just left.
Oh.
He's not in the lobby anymore. He said he's done, and he is bounced.
No way. Are you kidding? Chef did not just leave.
Well, he's not in the lobby. I'm not sure if he's coming back. You do not like to see that generally.
That's not the kind of mental that you... This is not the kind of mental I think you need. I mean, you may as well just finish the match.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see the map regardless because it is a banger of a map.
Yeah, it is a banger. We'll see if he comes back. We'll give it a moment, but I'm going to assume it might be well and truly over. He may have ult F forward. The biggest rage quit I think I've potentially ever seen.
Yeah, usually not a common thing to see, especially at this level, finals in a tournament. I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind Box just playing this against Dylan so I can see the map.
I mean, I could hop in.
Yeah, dude. Get the map. Oh yeah, Mav's first match.
Should I just hop in? No, I could just hop in. Just play it like on the cast. No warm up. Oh, it's gonna go absolutely off.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be better than nothing. I'm not sure if Chef is going to come back. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, no, little do you know, this is all planned. We're going to be leaking out a new amplifier for the grand finals here, where you get to sub in another player from the tournament. We're going to be having Sayo step in, maybe, for Chef here. I think this might be a wrap. I have asked Chef to come back. However, I don't know.
Yeah, I have as well, but don't know if he's responding.
Am I hopping in?
Dude, just hop in. Why not?
I'll hop
Why
in.
not?
I'll hop in.
Just hop in. Just hop in. First map of the day. No mod 3. Gas.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll just hop in the lobby.
Wait, is he coming back? Wait, according, is he? Chef is on the way.
Is he?
That's what Box is saying. I'm not sure if that's
he's here. Okay, thank God he's here. I don't have to play. Oh man, I was gonna be a disaster. Gas for the Hidden first map of the day.
Maybe
you absolutely know I would have just over-aimed everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe Chef stepped outside, stepped on his balcony, took some fresh air, calmed down, and he's back. Ready to play.
Maybe that was the mental reset he needed. Maybe now he just pops off.
But to be honest, I don't even blame him that much. Getting greatest defense as your passive and then having your opponent force you to play Hidden on No Mod 2 and No Mod 3 is a little bit of a tilter. It
is a bit of a tilter, but I will say the outcome could have been so much worse for Chef on a pool like this. I think every No Mod is relatively playable with Hidden except for No Mod 2 on this week's pool. No Mod 2 is the only one where it's like, you know.
I mean, I would say No Mod 3 just because of the sheer density and the type of patterns in this map also gets a lot harder with Hidden.
Yeah, I can see a world though where you can still combo through this, even with the Hidden on top. So we'll have to see. There is an advantage for Box going into this one, but
100%.
Early days.
But man, these patterns, it is not looking nice with Hidden at all. Already have some misses from Chef and Box holding.
And this one is going to be who can drift. Who can drift for longer on this one? At the moment, Box is holding a very nice drift here. Not letting up. Into the first PI. There we go. Box
very early.
slips on the corner. And Chef, he actually is going to start to make his way towards the lead, make a comeback, gain on Box's lead here. Now starts to close, especially with this very small score bonus he's going to have. He's only about 10k off here, and he needs to get through the remainder of these patterns, and no, finds a break on that biggest space pattern.
This is neck and neck. This is basically evened out.
Yeah, and these bigger space patterns, this is where you're really going to see the difficulty with hidden come in, is when it starts to space out a lot more. Kind of those tighter wiggle patterns, not going to see too much difficulty increase with the hidden, but those bigger space sections are going to be very difficult to hold through with hidden.
Yeah.
And yeah, Box got a bit of a combo advantage now into some free combo, but this next PI is approaching quickly.
It's still super doable if Box misses again, like did earlier. Any miss here will change the outcome of this map.
Oh man, both players are just hitting
everything.
Chef finds a miss. Box needs to slip up on the square pattern.
And
he hits
wow,
it.
that might be the hardest pattern in the map.
Yeah, that pattern is so deceptively difficult because the ways the squares rotate just make it so easy to fall off. Box gets through it. We get into some difficult spaced sections now, but Box is it's looking like he's accumulating a score lead that Chef won't be able to come back from, and he hits that final wiggle as we get into some quote-unquote free combo. These little jumps here are very missable.
But with Box holding this might be it.
Yeah, I think we need a miracle here for Chef. Box is going to have to find a miss at the very start of this QI. Chef is going to have to FC the remainder of this map, and it's not going to happen for him.
Box did break, but yeah, the score lead is just too drastic. Almost 100k at this point. Only an eighth of the map left. And honestly, despite the scoreline, this match was extremely close. I think there's a world, I mean, like Hidden 3, Hard Rock 3, Nomad 6, all were like 100k apart.
Yeah, that double FC on Nomad 6 was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I think I would have liked to say it would have made a difference to the actual outcome of the match is a bit of a stretch. But I think Chef maybe could have got a couple more points on the board if maybe he stuck with the aim pivot rather than the hidden. I think kind of we kind of perceived that hidden one win a bit differently, I think, than Chef did. He kind of wanted to pivot into the hidden side of things, whereas we were thinking more aim would have been the option. Obviously, it's all hindsight, but I think I would have liked to see him go into a bit more aim instead. Yeah.
And, you know, maybe had the roll gods decided that Box would have gotten a different amplifier, wouldn't necessarily have those really strong picks with forcing hidden on number 2 and number 3. But GG's to both players. That'll be Box winning the match 7-1, going into grand finals.
Yeah,
Box, Chef is not out of the tournament yet. He still has losers bracket. He can make his way back, and I would love to see him do it.
Yeah, Chef is still in the tournament, of course, and he still has another map pool to go through, as he is going to be in the loser bracket grand final, and that one's going to be taking place next weekend between Chef and it will be the winner of Sayo and Drox, which will be coming up later tonight, not for a while. And yeah, Box is going to be waiting up there on his podium, sitting with some very cool shades on in the grand final up there, and he's going to have a bracket reset to boot to help him claim the victory on ANZT10S here. But yeah, that is going to be GG's for today's match. A very dominating victory from ASecretBox. He's looking so strong, man. He actually looked quite prepared for that match, which is scary.
Yeah.